folks, we got Commissioner Betts on the line, right? Larry Young, coach. Everybody talking about just that.
Just for me to get the organization
Let's see what's going on,
for them to get used to my way of doing business and my style of doing business, and I think they're clicking in, and to put people who believe in my vision in place in leadership roles. Now, I've moved very quickly to build intelligence-based mechanisms to track our gangs and our gang violence. And the reason I say that, Coach, is that as you mentioned the summer wasn't just random violence. That just didn't happen. We just didn't have good people being shot on the streets in the city of Baltimore all over. We have some very localized parts of our city that have this violence. And a number of our shootings came out, for instance, we had a club here that a conflict took place within one of our nightclubs. Unfortunately, it had to be one of our African-American clubs. That conflict then went to an after-hours restaurant where that became even greater. The conflict grew out of those two conflicts, one at the club, the one that then went to the restaurant. It ended up in pretty close to about 15 different shootings and injuries to people. So this wasn't random shooting. This was that conflict. And as I was leading off to Mr. Young here, some of the violence and the stats of who's doing the violence is gang member on gang member, crew on crew, and they're usually in the western part of our city and in the eastern part of our city. So that's localized. And as I go through in the show, I'm going to tell you some of the other things that I put in place to move faster, quicker than what we're doing as an agency today.
Commissioner, one last part of the question. Your response to this controversy, and we've discussed it on a number of occasions on this show, in terms of the governor implying or suggesting that we need to go back to what he